I want to take a minute to go down to some local politics, which is something I very rarely do. I don't cover local issues. National, international is my area, particularly war and imperialism. The Toronto District School Board has decided to upgrade their sex education policy. And one of the things that they want to do is start beginning sex education as young as grade 1. Now, of course, the first thing that happened was right-wing reactionaries went out into the media and started screaming they're going to start telling kids in grade 1 about anal sex and how to have it. Because apparently they don't think very clearly. Now, when we talk about sex education, we're not talking simply about repeating what the mechanics are. There's actually a lot more to it than that. For example, when I was in school, when I was in grade school, we had a series of books called Fully Alive. Now, these didn't actually mention the mechanics of sex itself, but more went into the complexities of having relationships and how difficult they were and what we could kind of expect from them, which I found didn't actually pan out in real life, but maybe that's just my subjective experience. But their automatic assumption is that for some reason in their minds, they think somebody's going to bring a textbook that has a diagram of anal copulation and hand it to like a 6-year-old. I don't know why their minds jump there right away. Well, actually, I certainly have my suspicion. It only takes one quick glance at who's saying this to think why they're doing that. Because along with sex education being upgraded, it's going to include things like homosexual relationships. And in fact, when I was in high school, during sex ed, there was no mention of homosexual relationships. But then again, I was in a Catholic school. And it was also the mid-90s, so different times. But this certainly does need to be put in sex education. You know, the acknowledgement that, homosexuals exist, sexual minorities exist. But for some reason in the minds of these people, the acknowledging that homosexuals exist and what they prefer to do for copulation, given their same-sex status, automatically means that's going to be taught to children, like little children, like 6 years old. Is that basically what we're becoming? Is this kind of Fox News, American right-wing, reactionary, nonsensical outrage a thing that we're starting to do in this country? I mean, this is Canada. We've always touted ourselves as being like America, but less crazy. But it seems as though as time's going by, we're slowly starting to become more like them. And I think this is a good example of that. These people have screamed that children are going to be taught anal sex without ever even having seen the curriculum itself. Obviously, nobody's going to be teaching children that. And all of this hysteria is coming out of the Christian right. And I'm damn sure that that's where this is coming from. Or the religious right. I shouldn't make it exclusive to Christians. I'm sure there's probably Islamic and Jewish elements of it as well. But generally speaking, it's going to be Christians. So just to the really uppity parents in the Toronto District School Board or whose kids attend the Toronto District School Board, could you please calm down and stop going on with this, at least in this case, subconscious belief in a conspiracy that gay people are trying to take your kids and brainwash them? Because I think that's kind of what's going through your head right now. You think somebody's trying to make your kid gay by teaching them about anal sex when they're really young, which isn't happening. But I'd also like to remind you what the dangers are of not educating kids in sex. Look at the southern United States. That's all I need to say about that. Because if you think not educating people works, feel free to grab a flight and go to somewhere like the Taliban or Saudi Arabia where they don't teach sex education. Come on. We're a lot better than this. If you like this video and you'd like to see more of them, then head over to my Patreon page and show your support. Or you can go to the MRN bookstore and check out some of the latest books available. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and share on various social media.